Hi, I'm John DeVore. Welcome to the channel. Today's a music review, and at the end of the music review, I'm going to look at some customer photos. Yes! Music review first, Club Delph. Pretty sure that's how they would want me to pronounce it. Interesting album cover. Club Delph it's a group fronted by the main guy is Mike Rivard, who is a multi-instrumentalist. I think he's a bass player, and he plays a bunch of other sort of stringed instruments that I'm not sure how to pronounce the names of. I heard of Club Delph because one of my favorite guitar players is on this record. So Club Delph apparently is like it's a rotating group of musicians. Mike Rivard, I guess, pulls from a pool of extremely talented motherfuckers. And one of those talented motherfuckers on this record is one of my favorite guitarists, David Fuzinski, who I may have done a video on before. I heard Dave Fuzinski first. He was in a wild, just a totally mad rock band in New York City back in the 90s called Screaming Headless Torsos, that also included a drum god, Jeremy Meyer. And I don't remember exactly how I found out that Fuse was on this record, but I'm glad I did. I got a couple of Club Delph records, and they differ from one another. They even differ a bit. So generally, in my experience, these records are a little down tempo, although some of them do have some nice real grooves to them, and some of them can be a little bit upbeat. They are all nicely extended. They all have these beautiful jams in them, integrated into them. This one has a number of Fuse. Almost every track has an exquisite Fuse guitar solo in it, and a lot of them are just these drawn out, relaxed, sort of Santana or Clapton at his best kind of vibe to the guitar solos. Just wonderful. So Mike, the band leader, is very into mystical, like Moroccan mystic music. So that's sort of trance-like music that brings one into a trance-like state. So like Sufi mystics, they do the whirling dervish style, where they just whirl. There's a lot of different ways to sort of put yourself into a trance, and one of them, very widespread among humanity, one of them is music. Trance-like, I can totally see getting myself worked into a trance-like state, sitting on a couch with a warm cat on my lap. It's great stuff. It's either my favorite, or this was the one that was the one that fell to hand when I was trying to figure out what to make a video on. Club Delph, you never know. It's a double album, and it is just delicious stuff all the way through. Really nice and beautiful sounding as well. I have brought that to a couple of hi-fi shows, so it is possible that some of you may have heard some of the tracks. Okay. Now we get customer system photos. Here we go. I feel like I haven't done this in a while. All right, first photo. So one of the things I was trying to figure out, I never put in place a system that shows me without a doubt which photos I have done in videos already. And I stubbornly refuse to put a system into place after the fact. So I'm sorry that it seems very likely at this point that I'm going to be duplicating some photos. Almost certainly duplicating some systems, and in some cases I understand this. I know that I'm doing this. But I'm sorry that I'm duplicating some photos Hopefully I'm consistent, or maybe, maybe I'll come up with some alternate things to say about these photos. Seems likely. This first photo, this is a pair of DeVore Fidelity speakers before the company was started. I spotted these speakers in a beautiful, really high-end furniture store, used like vintage furniture store, a lot of mid-century or 20th century furniture. Lobel Modern. I recognized Lobel as a customer of mine way back in the day. I popped in to see if Lobel Modern was in fact had anything to do with my old customer, Evan Lobel. Sure enough, he started this store. It's his store, Evan Lobel. So that speaker is a little two-way. It's got the Dynaudio, the legendary, at least back in the day, the legendary 17W75 Dynaudio poly woofer, and a very widely used VIFA aluminum dome, 1-inch aluminum dome tweeter. These drivers could be found in a million speakers back in the day. These speakers had evolved in my hands over multiple generations, and this was the final version, outboard crossover, and I sold those to Evan after I left Stereo Exchange, and he was looking for a little compact pair of speakers, and at that point we were sort of friends, and I sold off this pair of speakers in order to, and this is what I did before I started my company, this is, through the 80s and 90s, I would sell project speakers that I was finished with in order to fund the next project speakers that I was interested in building, and so that's what happened here. And lo and behold, in Lobel Modern, I spotted my little DeVore Fidelity stand mount. It was awesome to see. Here's one. This is an 096, and this just highlights the acoustical properties of Zebra. Just lovely roses there. Looks like some puffy flowers behind there. A lovely grandfather-style clock, pendulum clock there, and of course some vinyl. Just what a lovely scene. Just a lovely corner there of somebody's room. Here's a system that I think I have a feeling that maybe I have described before. This is a system with original the nines, given the nines, some Pass Labs, a Pass Labs preamp and power amp right there. That is, I don't know, maybe that's a metronome top loading CD player. I'm pretty sure that's a PS Audio DAC on the side. Just a nice, clean install. A bunch of videos up there, DVDs. This is clearly a 2.0 home theater system, as well as a music playback system. Very nice, very clean. This is a system I know I've featured before. This is a pair of 096s, and it's in a beautiful cabin, or it's a converted barn or carriage house or something that has a loft above it. You can see the staircase there and the records there, an 096 there with the ribbon there. Looks like must be Nordist going into the back of it. This picture was sent to me by that customer. It was in one of those firestorm seasons in California, and this guy's in California. And he assured me that that was a controlled burn, and he was just burning a pile of garden trash or something like that. But it's pretty epic and terrifying there to see. I hope this image doesn't trigger anyone who has been through any of those crazy California fires. Next image here is a lovely 093 system. That is I'm pretty sure that's a Sugden integrated amp down there at the bottom, and some Rega turntable above it, and a Rel subwoofer back there. So this is the 093's intruding upon some otherwise Brit-Fi system. I apologize to any British speakers that feel like they should have been a part of this system. I love the Sugden stuff, as all of you know, and it's a great match for all of our speakers, including those 093s. Very nice. Here's another system. This is an 096 system with quite an elaborate system there. Big turntable. We got a reel-to-reel player, a stack of what is that? CH Precision maybe? And if the rest of that gear is not Macintosh, then whatever company it is will probably be getting a cease and desist order from Macintosh, knowing that brand. Did I just say that out loud? Here's another one. Look at that. I didn't realize that I had both of these on here. This system, I believe I have shown before. This is a system in, I believe, Arizona. That is 096s, and again, we've got Macintosh amplifiers, but this is a new photo taken at night, and I love it. The speakers are backlit, sort of silhouettes, monolithic silhouettes there. The meters in lovely blue, and just the cool ass. We got Susie and the Banshees, and we've got some vintage racing car poster, a Marlboro F1 poster up above the big screen TV. Cool shit. Records on both sides. Looks like record cases also in the foreground there. And again, Zebra. Zebras sound good. Apparently that is the case. This is possibly my favorite photo of an 093 ever. That's an 093 in a custom that is riff cut maple, and just a nice fluffy acoustic treatment there in the foreground. Just lovely, wonderful. Here's a tidy subsat system. This is a desktop system using micros on cool looking stands there, and then there's a tiny little rel sub under the desk. Very cute. I'm guessing maybe that's an amplifier in the middle, and then we have one of those, the smaller form factor DCS DACs, which I'm guessing has a volume control built in. That's my guess of that system. Spitfire, Infected Mushroom. Here's a pair of Super 9s. Super 9s in mink bamboo. That is our dark gray stain. That is a delicious airtight ATM1. I'm not sure which of the ATM1s it is. They've made subsequent versions of ATM1 over many years. But that is an ATM1, EL34 push-pull. It's one of my all-time favorite tube amplifiers out there. Just a stunning amplifier. Up above that turntable, I believe, is the Pipe Bomb, which is really not what it's called, but it is the entry-level Kuzma. There's a cool vintage Sony integrated amp, and then maybe a manly phono section down there at the bottom, really far away from the turntable. That's unfortunate. Looks like a Hi-Fi Rose thing with that cool tuner display. Oh, this one this is a relatively new customer. This guy bought a used pair of Silverbacks. These are the old Silverback reference. He's got them in there. So there's a pair of vintage Bozaks behind that, and then behind that is 2 towers of stacked Advents. Those are 2 towers of 6 stacked Advents. Also a very cool Baogram CD player. I have that same one. Just one of the coolest loading mechanisms ever. And I see some solid state and tube amplifiers back there. Not sure which one is in there at the moment. But cool. Nice socks, dude. Nice, handsome socks. Nice looking room. Looks like there's a drop down screen there too. So another home theater. That's the haul for today. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I will see you at the next video. Have a great weekend. Well, I don't know. When am I going to... Depending on when I post this, have a great upcoming 2 days. Put it that way. I'm going to have a great weekend because it's Friday.